You ready for a good time? No? Well, here we are. It's October 2nd. SmackDown post show before the next draft, the season premiere. I don't know what you're calling it. Hey, no profanity. September's over. I can say I don't know what the hell they're gonna call it.
This is your first show
Yeah.
since No Profanity September, right?
I technically filmed my NXT AEW review on Fightful Select. Go subscribe today, guys. I had a gaggle of news, which I'll tell you about in a bit, but I did use the term piss and vinegar. The
All
phrase
right, that's not
piss
too
and
bad.
vinegar. That's not too bad, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to cut down on the F's and the shiznits and all that. But, guys, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, tap that bell for notifications. How about this? Did an interview with Victoria this week. Did one with Tennille Dashwood last week. Aiden English last week. Jeremy Lambert. Jeremy. I almost said Jeremy Lynch. I don't know why. Because I had James Lynch in my head. He appeared on the MMA channel with Shaquille Majuri. But Jeremy Lambert and Joe Holbert are launching their TEW draft tomorrow, and I got an early look at it. Oh, boy. But, Jeremy, if the layman had looked at this series, they would think that it happened before your last season because you're so freshly shaven. You're so young in the face now. What gives?
So my parents' birthday is October 6th, both of them. They share the same birthday. They share the same anniversary as well. Go figure. I'm throwing my mother a surprise party for her 60th birthday tomorrow.
Ooh.
So I'm a very good son, fantastic son, throwing her a surprise party. I have shaved because she hates when I go clean, and that's why I've done it. I'm also an asshole for a son. And like my fellow point guard, Chris Paul, be a good teammate, be a good team leader. Also flop around and be a bit of a dick. And that's who I model my game after. So that is why I'm freshly shaved, to piss off my mom.
And also super overpaid. I admire that about you. Dante V says, who the hell is this Jeremy Lambert look-alike? Yeah.
Jeremy Salcedo, Fightful sexiest man, according to, I think, my sister, my cousin.
This is like these State Farm commercials where that guy tries to be like Chris Paul. That's what
that
that's
guy,
what it is.
Alfonso Ribeiro?
Yeah, that is not him. That is not him. Anakin JMT says, babyface Jeremy, this coupled with your parody account is messing with me. Do you have a parody account?
Rob Wilkins created. It is not me. It freaks me out every time I see it because I'm like, wait, I did not tweet that. No, it's not me. If he wants to give me control, I should take control of the account, right? That's the thing to do. Like, yes. I got to sign off on this.
Well, I think I'm supposed to take control of it now. Me and Jimmy are. It's a third-party agreement, so I'm going to monetize it with that Twitter Media Studio and just monetize all the fake scoops. That's what we're here for. Guys, donate a super chat. Any amount, get your question or statement read on the air. Like Queen Hannah saying, hope your mom isn't watching. Well, I, for one, hope she is watching.
No, my mom, I would not have said it. She does watch the product all the time. She watches the Friday shows Monday when she's at work instead of working. And she says, who are you doing the show with? The guy I can't understand, which I think is Joe, might be Sean, or the guy who talks about the dick pills, which I'm pretty sure is you, but could be Joe.
Here's the thing. I would not talk about a dick pill on a night like this. I would not do it. I mean, as you know, Jeremy, I have a very voracious, insatiable appetite. And sometimes these ad reads become a product of that. Jeremy, you're public, you're a single man. Have you developed a voracious, insatiable appetite?
I have.
Well, lucky for you, Magic Spoon can help you out. You're a single man. You're going to be eating cereal all the time. That's the only thing you're going to be eating for a long time. So you might as well eat healthy.
How dare you?
You might as well eat healthy
I cook
cereal.
Did you not see the spaghetti that I cooked the other night?
Yeah, well, you know what you're cooking now? Cereal. Magic Spoon. Their wonderful variety packs have 4 flavors: cocoa, fruity, frosted, and blueberry. You know, Jeremy, so you can switch up your dinners here and there. It's got 0 sugar, 11 grams of protein, and only 3 net grams of carbs in each serving. I love eating cereal, but I don't like the carbs. I don't like the sugar. I don't like the unhealthiness of it. And Magic Spoon takes care of you there. It's keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, low-carb, and GMO-free. It tastes amazing. It seems too good to be true, but it is true. Go to magicspoon.com/Fightful. Grab a variety pack. Try it today. Use our promo code Fightful to get free shipping at checkout. They are so confident in their product that it is backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. If you don't like it for any reason, they will refund your money. No questions asked. Well, by them, they say no questions asked. I'll be asking you some questions. I'll be saying, hey, what's wrong with you? You don't have any taste? Like, literally. Hey, that's the thing that's happening to a lot of people these days. They're coming down with stuff. They can't taste anything. Maybe then it's not for you. But Magic Spoon's delicious, so it's for me. I'm running around okay. My taste is intact. I'm not Jeremy Lambert walking around just... that's a different set. That's not like a sickness. That's just you not having taste in general. But
why don't I have taste?
I don't know. Anyway...
If you're gonna throw around accusations and slander like that, you better at least have an excuse.
It's not an accusation. It's completely true.
Okay.
But anyway, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, tap that bell for notifications. It greatly helps us. I'll get into the Fightful Select plug later, but a rather popular talking point Anakin JMT brings up. If WWE is taking over Twitch streams and getting all the revenue, how will that work with the suites, which is shared by Corbin, Tyler Breeze, and Sean Spears? Well, I'll tell you how it will work. Those people are probably going to say, piss off, and WWE will have to say, oh, because it ain't legal, Jeremy. It is not legal. I've been speaking with attorneys about this, and they're like, I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't give them control of that. Why? How would that work? Paige has spoken out about it. To me, from an outsider, I would look at Paige and say, yeah, she's probably just going to say, go ahead and fire me if that's the case. Because she's making an awful lot of money doing what she does with her own it's her personality. Nobody's there because she has a gimmick name of Paige. They're there because they like to watch her. How do you feel about all this?
I'll have not more insight. New Legacy Inc., our buddies from there. I'm doing a feature on them. They commented on this stuff, and that feature goes up this weekend. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. I don't know what WWE is trying to gain from this stuff. Like, what is money. Well, yes, obviously, but you're pissing off your talent by doing that. Like, you've got enough money, okay? You've got enough money. It's fine. That Twitch money coming to you, you ain't gonna miss it. Pissing off your talent, that's something you don't want to do.
So I'm not going to undermine the Fightful Select service. By the way, guys, I've reported a ton of stuff on there. Main roster reactions, NXT, TakeOver 31 having crowds, stuff about Fox tonight, reactions to the Thunderdome, just a ton of stuff at FightfulSelect.com. Go there and subscribe. Every Monday, I do a Backstage Report podcast where I break this stuff down. I give you a bunch of exclusive news. There's going to be a lot more to this, but there's some varying reactions, but a lot of people are not very happy. Anakin JMT Anakin says, Rob denies making the account, Jeremy. Is it Sean messing with you? Yeah, Sean wishes he had the time to sit around and make burners, and that's not a shot at Rob Wilkins. I do not have the time to make a Jeremy Lambert parody account. Unfortunately,
I don't believe you with the headlines you've been writing recently.
Yeah,
I feel like you are a Jeremy Lambert parody account right now.
Let's be real; those have done numbers,
I believe it.
Good numbers. One of them did like 400 retweets; the other one did like 1,100. Oh man, Jalen McKenzie says, "Sorry about your Reds." Trevor Bauer went out with a great performance, though. If he wins Cy Young, I'll be happy. I'm okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes. Rob Wilkins says, I did not make a fake Jeremy account. I'd love to claim it. If I do a tribute site, it's for Seahawk. How does WWE miss that Alexa Bliss shot? Oh, yeah, I was sitting there thinking, when she looks right at the camera, maybe they should actually have that camera. Like, the one time they didn't do a camera cut every 2.5 seconds.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Gorilla Press says, get your FTF shirt at Wrestle Talk merch. Yeah, please do. That greatly helps me. I've got a column in the new Wrestle Talk magazine that you all can order now where I look in depth at Tag Team Wrestling. But let's go ahead and talk about SmackDown a little bit. We'll get back to the Super Chats. Please keep submitting them. That helps us out a whole lot. Paul Heyman comes out with Roman Reigns and says he's known Reigns since the day he was born and has waited for this day ever since. But Reigns doesn't want to be called the Tribal Chief because Jay didn't admit it. Jimmy did. Jay comes out, says he doesn't know who Reigns is anymore and that his spirit was not broken. And Reigns, I thought, did just such a great job. He said, this Sunday was the worst night of my life. I was trying to do you a favor. I didn't want any of that to happen. You embarrassed the family by doing that. And while Reigns was saying this, Jay kept looking at the title. And Reigns is like, okay, you want another shot at this? Hell in a Cell. Part of me is like, cool, the story's continuing. Part of me is like, man, they can never just do something once. They got to do something multiple times over and over again. How did you feel about all of this?
I thought Paul Heyman was great. I've talked about it for weeks, how he has that respect for Roman Reigns. I felt his voice was like trembling in fear standing next to Roman Reigns here. Like he witnessed what Reigns did. Like he was begging Reigns on Sunday, just stop. Like don't do this anymore. Like he is afraid of this man. And I think that adds a lot to Roman's character. I thought Roman rules. He's my favorite performer in all of wrestling right now. Doesn't matter the brand, doesn't matter the company. I think Roman is the best performer right now. And Jey Uso was good in his role as well. The thing I like about Roman is he's a heel, but like he believes everything he says and he believes he's doing everything for like the right reasons. And so you can't totally hate him for that. At least I can't. Like I can't tell. He's like, this is my birthright. I'm the head of the table. I worked hard for this. I'm here to protect this family and everything. I'm like, yeah, I believe that you think that and your reasoning is good, but you're kind of just a dick about it. And so that's why I don't like you. Roman is tremendous. The match, I'm with you. Could they just move on? Yes. At the same time, this makes sense. Yes. And I would assume they move on after this and they don't do another match. Like that's my issue with the Orton and McIntyre stuff is, all right, you've done 2 matches. Are you really doing this again? So I love this segment. Roman is just tremendous. He had his shirt on. A little disappointing about that. I was waiting for shirtless Roman, but can't give that away on free TV. Roman knows to sell those pay-per-views. Everybody else, free TV stuff. Roman's like, nope, pay-per-views is where you get the shirtless Roman.
If the Usos are going to stay on SmackDown, which this is extended beyond the draft, I need to see New Day move to Raw. Got to split them up, and please God, split up Street Profits, and then Viking Raiders and Andrade and Angel Garza. Split them all up. I don't care if you got to send one of them to NXT. Just get them away from each other. My God, I thought this was a really great delivery. As Kyler James pointed out in the chat, Reigns is very good at being passive-aggressive. It's second nature to him. With the amount of crap that he's dealt with on social media, I'm sure you would get pretty adept to that. I'm sure it's easy to say, I don't pay attention to it, I don't see it. He sees it. He sees all of it. He hears the boos. He hears all that stuff. And he's had to battle a lot of that. They keep saying that there are more stakes to this match, and I don't know exactly what that's going to be, but it needs some sort of twist because Jey Uso got his ass whipped last week. So other than Reigns' charity, there's really no reason to have this match from a storyline perspective.
It's charity, and he wants to be called the Tribal Chief by Jey. So Reigns is looking to prove a point.
Yeah. Hopefully
he's just a dick.
Hopefully he does. I just don't know what happens with Jey Uso after that. And the beauty of it is, nothing really has to happen to Jey Uso after that. Talented performer, but they spent months not booking him. He popped up. He's getting booked. He's in a main event feud. So they can go right back to it. The Nerd Guru says, random question, was there a sensible reason for Charlotte Flair's 2020 NXT run? Nothing was accomplished. No, there was no sensible reason for Charlotte Flair's 2020 NXT run. They wanted to use it to bump NXT viewership, and that's it. There was no point of it.
The sensible reason was to pop me and let it play out.
Oh, man. Throwback 27 says, how about New Day versus Imperium or New Day and NXT? They won't do that. They will not do that. They are a main roster act. They are made for Raw or SmackDown. That is the best place for them.
I think New Day should stay on SmackDown, and you can do Big E and Kofi against Roman, because you need like sympathetic babyface figures to challenge Roman, and like Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman ain't it.
Well, at that point, I would move Usos and Naomi over to.
That's fine.
There then, like, but and you know what? You could probably do something good with them and Street Profits and Bianca. Honestly, that sounds like a really good 6-person tag match. But I don't know. We'll see how that ends up working. Throwback 27 says, good luck on predictions for Sunday. Should be killer. Who do you guys think will go number 1 for each brand? Well, we don't really know the draft format. We don't know if it's like a one pick after the other. We don't know if it's a random thing. I don't know that they know what it is. Triple H claims that he doesn't even know if NXT is going to be in it.
I think it's going to be the no whammies randomizer. Like that's on the distraction we talked about. It should be all right. USA, Fox. You have your draft picks. You can protect like 5 to 8 people. Those people are off limits. You draft from everybody else. That's how it goes. Like that makes sense to me. Chances are it's just going to be hit the button, hope for no whammies, and then the Miz comes to Raw.
Yeah, champions protected, and then you can protect a few more people.
Yeah.
And that's it. Jey Uso then beat AJ Styles. Styles came out and trashed Jey Uso, and I didn't have a problem with Styles losing here. I know that you watch his game streams, and he has spoken pretty openly that he's kind of enjoyed watching his kid play football on Fridays now. So the hilarious thing is that AJ Styles demanded to be off Monday Night Raw to get away from Paul Heyman. He went to SmackDown, and Paul Heyman got fired from Raw. Whoops. Then when he moved to SmackDown, Paul Heyman got put on SmackDown. Whoops. Then he said that it's water under the bridge, but then he's been saying, you know what, I've kind of liked watching my kid play football. Whoops. Where's he going? Is he going back to Raw?
I think he's going to NXT. They're going to do the Styles and Balor feud finally.
I would love it. I think
he'd be great, but he's probably going to Raw.
I mean, I think that would be good. I think that's a way that he is the level of a guy that you can send to NXT, and then Triple H on the next media call can say, you know what, we asked for AJ Styles to make up for all those people we lost, and that makes AJ look really good. That makes it makes NXT not look like they're getting cucked by the main roster. I mean, they are on the same cable network in primetime as Monday Night Raw. So they shouldn't necessarily be treated as a developmental territory, especially considering I broke the news this week on FightfulSelect.com. Please subscribe. That NXT had been working on a new show to highlight people who aren't used on NXT. So now NXT has a developmental system. Wow.
I don't think NXT is going to be part of this draft at all.
Either.
Triple H's comments on Wednesday made me believe that they're not going to be part of this, and they're just developmental or not an actual on the level brand, despite what Survivor Series told us last year.
Well, that's one you got on me, because nothing Triple H said this week made me believe anything.
Look, you're the one that made me write what Triple H comments on the draft, and I'm like, he literally said, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, how do you want me to spend this?
Come on. You know how to make something out of nothing.
Well, I'm a professional. I do it well. There's enough information there, but there was literally nothing to that quote.
Oh, man. Yeah, you're right. Oh, good God. So this match was very good. I really enjoyed it. Like, we get to see Jey Uso do that falling neck breaker that we don't usually get to see him do because he's not working singles matches. But AJ's doing the Ushi-Garoshi, and a super kick and a splash went up for Jey Uso. My hope is that I had put in my notes before the draft. Well, the draft is next week. The WWE would do some matches with some departing wrestlers that we haven't seen before. That way they get them done, and we're not seeing rematch next week. Well, next week we got a pretty good show in store by the looks of it. My issue is, in previous years, WWE really telegraphs it by having somebody lose on their way out. Why should I care when a bunch of losers are changing brands? Because on the shakeup, that always seemed to happen. It'd be like, oh, this person's losing. Now they're shook. They're all shook up.
Fresh coat of paint, Sean. Fresh coat of paint.
That's right. My God. The Nerd Guru says they probably can't catch lightning in the bottle with a second NXT invasion, can they? I don't think they should be doing any brand supremacy 4 weeks after they do a draft. Like, I'm sorry, but if Denise comes on our Raw show with an F4W shirt as an invasion, I'm going to be like, Denise, you still work here. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, how can they be this committed to the new brand like they were last year? It's so... What?
I mean, we had Kevin Owens just randomly appearing on the show tonight, brand-to-brand invitation.
Yes.
But a few weeks ago, they explained it was quarterly. And unless the quarter, I guess maybe that was the summer quarter when the Street Profits and Cesaro, and now we're into the fall quarter, maybe?
When they announced it yesterday, I'm like, oh, well, did they beat the deadline for the last quarter? Because we got October, November, December coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, they don't know. It's all just wild card rules. Just put everybody on one show to try to pop the ratings, and it's clearly working.
Otis defeated John Morrison. This is the 11th match with Otis competing against one of them. You stopped taking...
SmackDown was great tonight. I loved it. It was a fantastic episode of SmackDown. Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, AJ Styles stuff. Fantastic. What's the rest of this?
You stopped taking notes at this point. I know because
I stopped watching at this point.
I got emailed at 8:47 about this. I will say Otis is representing himself in court next week, which, first off, white privilege for this to be moved through the legal system, and that does not happen to anybody. Like, good God. Otis didn't kill Morrison with the overhead suplex. That's an improvement. I don't care about this. Also, Sheamus defeated Shorty G. Gable hit a German suplex and got kicked in the face. That was the match. That was the whole match.
Sounds like I missed a lot.
You did. You missed a ton. Big E talked. They're going to do Big E versus Sheamus next week, Falls Count Anywhere. I'm excited for that. I think that'll be a really great match.
It should be, yes.
If that's the case, I would love it if a Falls Count Anywhere match to just finish in the ring, though.
No, it needs to finish like in the Thunderdome, like among the LED lights, like on top of one of the LED boards or something. That's where I want to see it finish.
Anakin JMT says, can we expect a radically different look with TakeOver back at the PC after its renovation, or it look more like how it did? Well, Anakin, thank you for burying my Fightful Select scoop there, but yes, TakeOver will be at the PC. I've got news on FightfulSelect.com about crowds returning to NXT. A lot of details there. What else have I posted on Fightful Select today? Well, I got a Q&A show. I got the backstage report. Got stuff on the cut-ins that Fox had prepared their affiliates for. Reactions to the WWE Twitch cameo stuff. Subscribe over there. It greatly helps us. But I don't know about a radically different look. I don't know how that'll work out. But I tell you one thing, I bet they won't have people standing up like they did their wrestlers.
I think it's just going to be what we saw on Raw and SmackDown for months. But it's game-changing, according to Triple H. Game-changing.
That's what he said.
The chairs are I think the chairs are the game changers.
Yeah, the chairs.
Letting people sit down is the big game changer they got.
I gotta admit, people got so mad on Reddit that I was reporting about the chairs, because I mean, quite frankly, I posted the original report, and then I had a bunch of people that were there and around it message me more about that, and people were like, why does anybody care about chairs? So then I went out of my way to repeatedly ask about the chairs and get more answers for that. Anakin JMT says, oops, sorry, Sean, mind slipped. Cookies. I'm trying to eat healthy, Anakin. The heck? What are you fattening me up for? KO show, I gotta say, before the match was even announced, I did think, considering how bad SmackDown gets hosed in trades, it would make complete sense if they were like, yeah, let's use the brand-to-brand invitation on a talk show. Let's do that. But
Kind of like they have Miz TV.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like the Alexa thing. It was not for me, especially with the laid over crowd noise. This would have been a lot better in silence. Like all the screens off, all that. And Alexa Bliss says that people change and maybe Kevin should try it. And Kevin's like, I have been. Watch the product. He was way nicer about it. But, oh, man.
I've been told that Alexa Bliss rules. That's what I've been told. I don't have any context for that for this segment, but I've been told she did a good job, and she described what the Fiend does to her in very great detail.
She did. And I got to tell you, Alexa Bliss did about as good as you could with this material.
Alexa's very good. She's going to Hollywood, Sean. Somebody reported that.
Did they? Oh. Oh. Okay.
Has to go to Hollywood.
Has to go to Hollywood. For her health. For her. Jesus Christ, man. So the Fiend shows up, and Owens is like, he's here, isn't he? And she's like, he's everywhere. And he got the mandible claw, and Alexa watched on, and Alexa did everything right and looked at the camera, and they didn't get the shot. Woof.
How do they miss these shots so often? Like they do all these camera cuts and they just miss important shots so often. You know what's coming, right? Like this isn't, you know what's about to happen. You know where the placement should be, and you still miss these shots. I don't get it.
This is not like AEW where they have a lot of room to ad lib and less cameras. Like they're pretty much told, do this, do it there. The Dallas fan 1982 says the Fiend uses the hurt glove on Kevin Owens. I guess Owens is turning heel, but Alexa Bliss is knocking this role out of the park. She's doing her best. And Gorilla Press says Kevin Owens has been chosen. Do you think this leads to a heel turn for Kevin Owens?
No, I would actually move him to. I would keep him on SmackDown. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I'd have him beat the Fiend, and I'd have him face Roman Reigns. Kevin Owens like fighting Roman Reigns and being like, "All right, you want to talk about family, fighting for your family, and all this stuff?" Like, I'm the one who started that shit. Like, that's what I would do.
I'm the first person to ever have a family in WWE.
That's right. So that's what I would do. I assume the Fiend is just going to beat Kevin Owens, and that's going to be that.
Yeah, I don't know who Kevin Owens upset, but geez, man, he's been not booked strong at all.
It's sad. He's so good, and the Aleister Black feud was like nothing, and now they're going to feed him to the Fiend, and I don't have a problem with the Fiend, but you don't have to give him Kevin Owens. Like, Kevin Owens he's a guy, a very diverse performer who can do a lot of things. He doesn't need to be doing this stuff.
Yeah. Throwback 27 says the whole Alexa Owens segment should have had Deftones change in the background because we're watching them change. Alexa is awesome. I don't know if Owens is changing. We've been watching Owens change. I feel like they could do a lot of good Fiend music video type of things, but I think that's the only way they can have a lot of the stuff that he does look not ridiculous, because they always have people talk in those, and they always look dumb as a result. So the only way that I can think to make it not suck is by having music lyrics over it. I guess it's possible. Reminder, guys, donate a super chat, get your question or statement read on the air. We got one from Matthew Karen. He says, State Farm guy looks like Devin Booker. On that note, annoying that NBA and WWE are on at the same time. Props that you guys remain focused on the review. Yeah, well, technically, the Lakers are up 20 points. So
yeah, the NBA game isn't very good right now. So,
and then he said 10 AEW personalities were on Twitch playing Among Us together. Miro didn't hide the code, so a random named VKM joined, and Miro said, "Not again."
I saw that. I watched a bit of the AEW guys playing Among Us.
Carmella's back. So earlier in the night, Sami Zayn cut an all you people promo. We haven't seen one in months because There ain't no people around, Jeremy. So what Vince McMahon apparently loves to do now is to go right to the camera in front of nobody and do it, because Sami Zayn threw the Intercontinental title in the trash, and Carmella just popped up, and she's like, hey, here I am. I've got an Instagram Polaroid camera, and I'm back, and all you people screwed me over. Okay, fine. I'm glad Carmella's back. She's great.
She said, I'm untouchable if I want to be. I don't. I mean, John Cena kind of said it. He said, I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me. Is this like the remix of that? I'm untouchable if I want to be.
The song, I gotta say, the song Untouchables by John Cena was one of his best as well. It was a very good song.
That entire album rules. That's Joseph's next project is to review albums after we get done with all these
That's
movies.
Great. That's great. Oh, I can't wait till you get to Mickey James Hardcore Country.
I'm slowly converting him into a Swiftie. So look, I'm expanding his musical taste by doing this.
I'm glad Carmella's back. I'm glad that Jesus. The Nerd Guru says, have the Fiend beat KO, but then have him pull a Balor and show up in NXT. He would thrive there. Yeah, he probably would. That's the thing. I think NXT needs an injection of somebody else there. Kyle O'Reilly doing singles is like, man, that's a breath of fresh air. But the problem with NXT is that everybody gets 50-50'd, and then they throw all the 50-50 guys into a ladder match, a gauntlet match, a battle royal, and they're like, here you go. And then you leave that gauntlet match, and you've got guys that have won one of their last 5 matches, and then one guy who's won like his last 4. It's really, really weird. It's very weird.
Nobody gets over if you don't get anybody over. Like, if you just keep everybody at the same level, no one's going to get over.
Aaron Entertainment says, I don't think Carmella has ever been drafted to Raw. Gosh, I think you're right. I need to look that up. But, yeah, I can't remember her on Raw. But anyway, we had Matt Riddle and Lucha House Party being kind of dicks, talking about Kalisto behind his back. The match was fine. Nakamura seems a little bit reinvigorated with his strikes. There's some miscommunication with Lucha House Party, and Riddle pinned Cesaro with a bro Derek. And I think it was Robert who posted in the staff chat, and they're like, "Did Riddle just form the Lucha Bros?"
Sounds fantastic, Sean. Sounds like a great match. Nakamura's reinvigorated. He always gets reinvigorated at G1 time because he realizes he could just be over there, like really busting his ass and getting beat up, and he's instead here surfing. So, but he likes to show like, hey, if I wanted to do that, I could. But cool, Matt Riddle and the Lucha Bros, awesome. Or the Lucha House Party, not the Lucha Bros.
Well, they won, and then Matt Riddle had to break up a fight between Lucha House Party, and like they cut away from it. It was the most legitimate looking fight I've seen because they cut away from it right in the middle of it. Completely.
It was a shoot.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. My God. To answer Aaron Entertainment's question, no. Carmella has never been drafted to Raw. In fact, she has only wrestled on Raw 4 times ever, and they were all in a month as a part of the wild card rule. And 3 of those matches, like one went 6 seconds, one went 2 minutes 45 seconds, another one went 1 minute 55 seconds. Wow. And then as a part of the wild card rule, she was in a Raw Women's Title Top Contender match.
I don't think she'll be going to Raw next week or whenever Raw gets their draft picks. I think it's pretty safe to say she's going to stay on SmackDown.
Yeah, Corey Graves is over there. Although, if I'm WWE, for now, you can just say, hey, we're chilling in Orlando right now. We can just trade you back for nothing in a month.
They could, but I don't think they're going to actually do that. It seems like they like to have the schedules the same, which is maybe one good thing personally that they do is they try to keep couples together.
So, it's boss time. Sasha Banks had her neck brace on. she got crippled by Bayley less than a month ago. She's been on every week besides that one, and she's back now. And then she just drops out of nowhere. Next week, we've got a title match. What? Pardon me? Saving it for random SmackDown on October. Like, what? And then Sasha goes, "You don't stand a chance, bitch." Wow.
This sucks, dude. It's so bad. Like, they're just hot-shotting this match. Hold on. They're hot-shotting this match so to pop this rating next week. And remember when people were like, WrestleMania, they can do it at WrestleMania. They can hold off until WrestleMania easily. Look, easily. You draft them, maybe a little bit of Survivor Series. Sasha wins the Rumble. You can do it all the way to Mania. And then she comes back. It's like, all right, Hell in a Cell. It makes sense. Hell in a Cell match. You can do it there. Good blow off to the feud. And then they're just like, I'm going to do it next week on SmackDown. I cackled so hard when I saw WWE's tweet that they were just doing this next week.
Evan Wright says, botching a can't miss angle. I love this company. Now, I'm not ruling it out that just like out of nowhere, the match ends immediately. It doesn't even get started or whatever. It's a bait and switch. WWE loves to not deliver on their promises. And then Sasha gets drafted to Raw.
I expect it. Like, I expect a DQ finish, and then Sasha gets drafted to Raw, and then you have the actual match whenever, Hell in a Cell, WrestleMania, whenever you do it. But just like, why? Why do that DQ stuff?
It is a total WWE thing to do as well, to draft Sasha to Raw, then have her still compete for the SmackDown title, then win it.
Yeah.
Man.
Is Sasha, so let me ask you this question. Is Sasha a babyface just because Bayley beat her up?
That delivery sure seemed like it, didn't it?
But she's been a dick for like over a year.
Yeah.
And then a bigger dick turned on her. So now we're supposed to feel sympathy for her? She's the same person.
I don't have to feel sympathy for anybody's dick that watches this show. Everybody uses BlueChew.com code Fightful.
Like, she hasn't made amends with any. She's still the boss, but now like she just hates her friend because her friend turned her. They could have done so much with this, and it's just like, you got your neck stomped on. Like, grab your neck. You're hurt. Make sure you grab it. Make sure you're hurt. And then we're just gonna do this match. The Sasha stands are mad, Sean. The Sasha stands are mad about this.
They deserve better.
Everything, and they are mad about this.
Yeah, I didn't think the execution was good. It is just always my neck. Like, we get it. We get it. It's that Mandalorian acting there. I don't know. Throwback 27 says, with the Sasha promo being direct, do you think this match is being done way too early? Could WWE have done it other times post-draft? I think they still will do it post-draft. I think they'll do it next Friday. I think they'll do it again at Hell in a Cell with them on different brands. They'll do it in whatever way makes as little sense as possible. Please leave a thumbs up on this video, guys. That's the analysis that you're here for.
It's not a WWE feud unless they do these matches 15 times. Like, that's their feuds. Just keep doing these matches.
But really, guys, leave a thumbs up. It really helps. Terry Allen Jr. says, Sean, you buying Xbox Series X or S or PS5? I'll be buying the PS5 whenever there's a reason to buy the PS5, but I'm a PlayStation guy. Check out my game stream of WrestleFest from last week. It's way better than whatever Jeremy did.
No.
Dropping frames.
I'm not dropping frames. You're playing WrestleFest and getting beat. We're playing No Mercy and SmackDown versus Raw.
Versus Raw. Like, what is it a verse from an album?
Yes.
People say, come on. Miz
it is.
Says that all the Miz will say verse and verses in the same sentence. And I'm like, man, come on.
I'm learning from the best. Miz is doing pretty well. I'm trying to get that Miz life.
That's true. Intercontinental title match. This was a good one. Sami Zayn defeated Jeff Hardy. Now, Sami again cut an "all you people" promo. I hate this lazy stuff. I hate it so much. I am hoping that R-Truth gets drafted to SmackDown, finds that title in the trash, thinks it's the 24/7 title, and Sami flips out. Because that is a great, 2-week program. Sami Zayn being upset.
2 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, well, WWE. Sami will get eaten by, a zebra or something, and all kinds of stuff will happen. Rafael Garcia says there's no way in hell anybody there realizes Sami is channeling Che Guevara, right? It makes a lot of sense. Makes an awful lot of sense. But, yeah, probably nobody in WWE realizes that.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Jeff Hardy, awfully worried about that missing turnbuckle pad. Good reason. He should be more worried about flying into that barricade, though, because he hit it hard. There's a superplex that commentary sells really well. I laugh every time Jeff Hardy does that standing splash. He just jumps, and I'm like, well, why wouldn't he? But it's still funny to watch a 200-pound guy do, a King Mabel splash on somebody.
Why is that funny? The goal is to injure your opponent, hurt your opponent, and throwing your entire body weight on him is a good idea.
Is it, Jeremy?
Yeah. I just said it was. Can you not hear?
Oh, Jeremy's getting a little too sassy. He's getting this.
I'm always very sassy. Single, clean-shaven Jeremy? My God. A monster.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I've missed Sami Zayn doing that exploder. Hardy eats knees on Whisper or on the Swanton and then ate the exposed buckle on Whisper in the Wind. I liked the finish. I thought it was clever. It's something they referred to multiple times throughout the match. You could kind of see it coming. Sami looked really smart. Fortunately, Michael Cole did some investigative work and discovered that Sami Zayn did, in fact, untie that. I thought this is fine, but you know the drill, Jeremy. This match is happening again.
I guess not next week, but the week after, yeah. They're probably just gonna do a match at Hell in a Cell. Sami and Jeff Hardy are gonna wrestle through the end of the year. Let's be honest,
for sure.
They're gonna wrestle into 2021.
Throwback 27 says, thank you, Sean, for this week, and thank you, Fightful fam. I was on Throwback's show this past week. He was on my prediction show for NXT TakeOver this week. Make sure you check out both of those. But we got the Listen Ya Boy every week, every Wednesday. It's our news show. If you all haven't checked it out, we have so much content, I can't even begin to plug it all. Taylor Hendricks has 4 articles dropping this week for us. Everything from some wrestling fan playing the flute to AEW celebrating Chris Jericho's 30th anniversary. Check out Taylor's work. It's very good. But we also have whatever Jeremy and Joe are doing.
You're doing 10 shows next week with Joe. I'm not doing the show anymore.
Because I'm starving you. I'm starving you out, Jeremy. I've got you on one of those MLW deals where I got to book you for a certain number of appearances, but it's for $12. I'm giving you exposure.
I don't know why I'm on so many shows, but you just let it happen, Sean. That's you're a bad leader. As you tried to bury me on a show that's never going to be seen. Bad leadership.
I did a recovery. I did a reaction video, and I just said usually I leave them to their own devices. I just couldn't stand it after the graphic request that I got this week. I couldn't in good conscience do that. Guys, again, leave a thumbs up, subscribe. That really helps us out. Subscribe to FightfulSelect.com. When I tell you guys that I'm posting exclusive news there every day, I mean every single day. And also every day, we got a new show up there. Q&A shows. Alex Palowski reviewing Raw or SmackDown. Me reviewing AEW or NXT. And then we got somebody in Steven Jensen who reviews everything else. 205 Live. Ring of Honor. Are there any other companies running? NWA, whatever they're not doing, he covers that too. And then this Sunday, We've got NXT TakeOver 31. I'll be doing a post-show podcast on Select. Jeremy, you'll be doing one with Phil Lindsay over here.
Yeah, another show.
Another show. And then I'll be on the media call, the Sunday Night Wars. Hot diggity dog. Until next time, guys.
Oh, wait.
What?
We're in like 20 minutes. I'm doing another show. Joel Pearl and I are going to stream SmackDown versus Raw 2009. So 20 minutes right here. YouTube.com/Fightful. Subscribe. Leave a thumbs up. Join us. We're gonna play some video games.
Why 2009?
We want to play the Batista and Rey Mysterio co-op campaign mode.
Okay, that is a pretty solid reason.
Yes.
Yeah, guys, I haven't plugged it a ton, but FightfulGaming.com. In case you guys haven't checked that out, we have gameplay videos up there. We've got interview articles like Ricky Starks talking about his love for wrestling video games. We post the Retromania developer vlogs. We have Carlos Toro trying to contain his rage writing about Billy Mitchell, who looks like dorkier Eric Trump. It is unreal, but check it out. We've got some stuff up there, and we're continuing to add to that. Jeremy played Battlegrounds. I played WrestleFest. We've got like exclusive news on Virtual Basement and Retromania Arcade. A lot of cool stuff over there. We want to become your destination for wrestling, MMA, boxing, video gaming. So go over to FightfulGaming.com. Until next time, guys, we're out.